Alright, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. I'm just taking a quick look at Vechain here. And as we can see, looking like we have essentially come back inside of this range, haven't we? And we're starting to look pretty tasty actually. We've come back inside the range and we're actually holding this area here. Quite strong support, aren't we? Obviously we're starting to see maybe some bearish divergences forming here, although we could just be coming down for a bit of a reset before another push to the upside, which would be great to see, wouldn't it? But I do think, from what we're seeing here with Vechain, we're having a very, decent bullish time ever since the new year, aren't we? Obviously, zooming out here, you can see quite clearly that obviously we're not out of the woods yet. We have broken out of this resistance here, finally, after a good while. Ever since, what was this, a year ago? A year and three months ago, this resistance here has finally been broken. And you would like to see probably a back test of this area, maybe to do something like this, double bottom and continue. But for Vechain specifically, you can see, we're nowhere near breaking out of that true bear market resistance, which is most likely up here at around 6 cents, isn't it? So far, Vechain having a decent little move to the upside, but realistically on the macro, still making these lower lows and lower highs, aren't we? This could just be another lower high and we could see another lower low still. So obviously still in a bearish trend on the macro, in my opinion. From what we're looking at here, you can see we're still really trending downwards. We've not really broken out of any of these key levels, doing something like this and then maybe going sideways and then heading up like this, like a few cryptos have started to do in the altcoin market. But you can see here quite clearly that Vechain, it's doing some good stuff, at least in the the local time frame. As we said, we had that big descending wedge like this. We got the breakout and we ran all the way up to the previous resistance as support here. The previous resistance here, the previous support as resistance, sorry, I do apologize. Previous support here flipped into resistance. We got a little bit of a retracement, but we did get that continuation back inside of this range here. And now, as we said before, we are going to trade that range until it breaks. So we did have ourselves a long position here ready for if we come down and back test this area again. And as you can see, we did come down pretty much perfectly into this area where I would have had the long position ready like this, where the long would have been triggered. If you back test the bottom of the range like this, you probably get a little bit of continuation back inside the range, as I said. And it looks like, in my opinion, we're probably heading up towards the middle of the range here, which is where I would be taking profits. So far this is a trade that is just sitting in profit right now, basically waiting to see what happens next with Vechain. But right now it's just back inside this range, which is good to see. And I'd say realistically, one of two things will happen. We'll probably head up to the top of this range here and then get a rejection back inside. Or if we do get a Bitcoin rollover, we could see ourselves coming back down into these areas here for Vechain for a bit of a back test of the lower levels. Before, most likely, I do think we'll probably start to see some upside this year for a lot of cryptos, depending on how long this bear market does last. So that would be the analysis for today, guys. Keeping it short and sweet, really. Nice and simple. I'd probably expect now we're back inside this range. We've back tested. Probably at least come up to the middle here where I'd take profits. And I've got a short position at the top of the range if we do make our way up there. Or if Bitcoin does start to roll over, you could easily see yourself back down here, couldn't you? Back down below that 2 cent-ish level. Really coming back down into this area here. Or maybe coming down to form a W double bottom type thing like this. But we'll have to wait and see what happens depending on, what Bitcoin does. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching indeed. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video.